Kings of Coast.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Steve.
It's Sam Crystal.
What's the king of the happy to Oreo? You gonna shut up so we can answer? So shut your beak.
So we're talking about black women.
How could I forget?
This is the Minority Plus One Podcast.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the show. It's the Queens without that mulatto hoe, because Brittany told me so. We are back once again, podcasting to you, and as always, it's Sam Crystal.
It's Brittany Mitch.
And this is the Minority Plus One Podcast. Chill.
What the fuck?
Listen, y'all. So as you can see,
told you so.
Listen, don't do that, because as you can see, Steve is not here. Now, last episode where Steve was super disclaimer, Steve, nigga wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Just gonna take a sip. Of my
We
tea.
done told his ass if he had an issue with our content, he needs to come in with some shit. Lately, he ain't been coming with it, and here he come. He ain't been here, like Brittany said.
Where you been at?
And then look,
Where you at?
I hear a phone call. Yo, Sam, in my throat, in my
Tight.
chest. I as soon as he said that shit, I said, Steve, we was just talking shit about your ass not being on here.
Just fucking last week.
Here we
okay?
go
And
with
he has so much to say about me being sick one fucking time. Like, one fucking time. Never normally take no time off. One
Right.
fucking time. And he gonna get on me.
Yo, it's May. How the fuck do you get sick? I swear to God, Steve, do better. Dog.
It wasn't COVID, was it? It was COVID?
No, I don't know. He said, I don't know. He said that he feels like he keeps getting sick so much because of the vaccine.
You know what? I don't know. Which one did I take?
I don't know.
Pfizer or
I don't think it really makes a difference, right?
I think it does though.
I don't get sick
it
very
does.
often, and I have lupus. I have
Did you take it?
Yeah, I have a compromised immune system. I have lupus, so I'm prone to get sick more, and I rarely get sick. And I had got Pfizer, so
You got Pfizer. I
Yeah.
got Pfizer too. Okay.
yeah. So I rarely get sick, but
I did.
anyhow. Anyway, Britt, how was your weekend?
My week was very good. Chilling, nothing really too crazy.
All right, sounds like
To
a better
report
week. Better week.
back, yes, positive, good times.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
You know,
For me, actually, I went to actually seen Kevin Hart
nice
in concert at yeah, she was pretty lit. It was a Turning Stone, which, if you guys don't know, upstate New York, it's a casino. And I didn't realize, Britt, he hasn't done a stand-up show in 4 years.
What?
I know, right? He said that. So a lot of the jokes in the comedy had to do with COVID, Black Lives Matter, all that stuff that happened during quarantine and COVID. And I didn't even realize that until he said it. Yeah, I know. I was like, what? You haven't done a live show?
He didn't make any new jokes. Nothing.
No, it was good. I'm saying, like,
no, I know it was still probably good because it's Kevin Hart and he's funny, but like.
And the other comedians, the Plastic Cup Boys or the Red Plastic Cup Boys, they were hilarious too. It was like 4 other comedians before he came out, and they're all his boys. But yeah, it was He
Was
always
it a long ass show then? It was a long ass show.
It was pretty long.
Yeah.
It was from like 7. It was funny because obviously the crowd is older. Kevin Hart is older. I think Kevin Hart might be like 43?
Yeah, but
he's
still, I
relatively
feel like
young.
he should have all types of
Ages, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was mostly like, you know, a certain
mind you, it's a Turning Stone though.
Turning Stone.
So
it's not a lot of young, you know, this is upstate, y'all, New York. So it's pretty dead out there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was like an older crowd, and they kept making jokes like, "We're gonna get y'all out of here by 9. I promise you."
Shut up, really?
We gonna get you out of here by 9. Yeah, because we know as you get older, your ass want to be in bed by 10. I was like, you ain't lying.
It's the truth lately.
You ain't lying.
It's the truth lately.
But it was tons of fun. It was great. I had a blast. Yeah.
right now.
Hey. All right, y'all. So we're going to just jump into the minority support, baby. As you know, minority support is a segment where we read you guys' comments and stuff like that. So you can pull up the first one, Producer Bay. So this one was actually on YouTube. And I think it's Phaser. That's how you pronounce it. Actually, this person had reached out on Instagram and said how much they love the pod and all this. Aww. And they do a few, some content. And his comment was, rating people is pretty. So this was last week's episode. Shut the fuck up, Steve. And Steve loves to rate a motherfucker. So Phaser comment saying rating people is pretty messed up. Unless we're talking about my ex. Apparently she was rated E for everyone. I was like, damn, dog. Shit. And then the one below him said, great episode, y'all. So shout out to you guys. Like I said, if you comment and, have any topic IDs, we will read them on the pod. But you can pull up the other one for our homie Leo. Came through. That's Britt's BFF right there.
All right, so first thing he said was Vanderpunk, really laughed my ass off. I always said you were an Oreo, double stuff for his pleasure.
Wait, so what was he talking about here, though?
So I was wondering, I was like, okay, maybe it's because I like Vanderpump Rules, and
right.
so it's like,
oh, and Steve did say white girl,
like,
okay.
Maybe it was referencing that. I was like, only one Oreo here is this nigga, but
word, the
Steve,
king of Oreo,
but double stuff for his pleasure. So he said the vowels are fact though. He said the real question is, do you want the toaster strudel or the Twinkie? Wonder if that's why they call themselves Twinkies.
Hey. So this was the vows this clip we listened to last week where this groom was like to his wife at their wedding, do you want to be a toaster strudel or a Twinkie? I was like, ooh, right in front of Nana. Anyway.
He said, also, since Steve said he'll marry him, which would he want?
Ooh, Steve, damn. Right.
I mean, he said the people want some answers.
We do, damn, dog.
And then, he came to my fence as usual because these niggas was, tag teaming me. He said, why do I have the sudden urge to scream, leave Brittany alone? Leave Brittany the fuck alone. Like Chris Crocker.
Like Chris Crocker.
Chris Crocker said they were hanging up on you. And you all were. They were ganging up on me.
Which part was that? About the marriage thing?
Yeah. And then talking about, we thought of you during those vows.
I mean, he was spitting Brittany facts.
We thought about you with your dirty ass. You can't cook.
Gagging, headboard. You don't do those things now?
Emptying bowls and
wait. You don't do those things now?
Come on now.
You know what, Brittany? You are not all of a sudden, I'm putting my foot down. You hear that? You are not the Virgin Mary, bitch. We are home just like me. Talk about it. Over here, act like she don't gag on the headboard and the Twinkie and the toast strudel. Like you ain't never been there. You ain't never been there.
I'm putting my shit on.
Oh, so you don't? No. Yo, y'all. Listen, listeners. Go back to some old podcasts before we were like filming, and all of that you can find on your on your favorite streaming platforms. You will listen, you will hear everything. Brittany used to get down and dirty and freaky, and all of a sudden this bitch turned into Mother Teresa. Okay, so if you want,
it was during COVID times.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Pfizer went up in me. I don't know what.
Yo, don't blame the government.
So, I don't know what happened. I was not responsible.
Girl, whatever. Don't get it twisted. Brittany don't get it twisted. Don't get it. Go listen to the catalog, y'all. You'll hear Brittany's true self. She's trying to be a wife now, so she's over here putting on a facade like I only wear white cotton underwear.
Listen,
get the fuck out of here, yo. Rich.
Come on, stop it. Not white cotton underwear.
She don't wear no thong. Like this is what she's trying to portray to you niggas. Don't do that.
I'm a good girl. Pastor's kid over here.
Stop the cap.
Shut the fuck up, girl.
He's been here. So, speaking of Vanderpump Rules, let's get into it, Britt. Did you watch the reunion?
Of course I watched the reunion. How can I not? I feel like millions of people
on the edge of their seats.
Like millions. All I kept seeing over freaking Instagram that day and TikTok was everything for Vanderpump Rules. Everybody could not wait. There were clips on this shit. There was clips for the reunion coming next week. So this was the finale that aired this past week.
Okay.
They opened up the finale with, this had happened, guys. This whole thing had happened with the friend group in around August, September. So they had this affair. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they had this affair from August of last year all the way up until March they got
and that's
caught.
When they got
just
caught.
This past March they got caught.
So it was unfolding as they were still filming, or they were done filming?
They were done filming. They brought the cameras back to film.
They was like, we need this check.
Exactly,
we need this
they
bag.
were like, nah, this is too fucking good. We gotta fucking see what happened. That's why I said it's so interesting to rewatching this season and seeing how they're blatantly having an affair and putting it together this whole time until it actually came out.
So for the listeners, it's Raquel, Rachel, and Tom Sandoval, right?
Tom Sandoval, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones having an affair, but he had a girlfriend for over 10 years named Ariana, right?
Yes.
And they had a house together. 10 years is a long fucking time.
Long fucking time.
Jeez, man. And that was her good friend. So that's why it's been such a scandal.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of her very good friends who she is really hardcore defending this whole season. She is, because none of the other girls like her. And she's like, Raquel is one of my best friends. You guys got to stop it. Stop doing this to her. Really riding hard for Raquel this season. So it's kind of crazy in the end that this girl ends up being a fucking psycho, right? Who was doing her dirty like this whole time.
So listen, before you start, there was an eerie scene that you did send me a clip of where before all this came out, where Rachel was talking to Ariana and she's like, well, something about you should have more sex with him. You're not having enough sex with him. I was like, she was fucking her man.
That's what I was saying last week in the pod, that she was literally having this conversation with her, knowing deep down, like, I'm the one fucking him. You're not fucking him because I'm fucking him.
Like trying to help, right? She's trying to cry to this girl, crying because I guess she was projecting like what had happened to her and her relationships.
This was some really grimy,
so that I can
grimy
see, I can see why she calls her in a sense.
This was grimy.
Because I was like, damn, Ariana called that girl subhuman. I was like, ooh, she hit below the belt with certain things she was saying. But now, like in retrospect, seeing it, it's like you would have did better if you just didn't say anything, girl, to this girl, and you know you fucking her man.
It was
like,
wild.
For you to cry to her, and she's crying to you, and you're the one he's fucking, like. Woo!
So freaking how the finale opened was, it cuts the camera of both of them and they were like, are you ready to talk about what happened? And they were both like, no, obviously not. So it unfolds, because remember they bought the house together, how Ariana found out. And she's sitting there with him, and as most women, and as I'm watching it, I couldn't help but get like a little, everybody already knows I'm like super emotional already, right? But I was like, I couldn't help but like get a little teary-eyed, because she was just like, I regret ever loving you. Oof. Like, how many of us have like said that as women? And like, I know that fucking feeling to regret loving somebody and putting so much of yourself into somebody. Like,
can you even think off the top of your head a person that you love that even it made you a better person, even though you may not be together anymore, right? You love this person, they made you a better person. I can't even speak on that. It's like all of them just drain the fucking life out of me.
Yeah. I can't really.
You know what I mean? No. I can't even I can relate to her versus someone like, oh, I still love that person. They did so much for me. They made me a better person. That
but
none of that has ever happened.
No, Anyway. Not at all. And she, had gone through how I was there when you were poor, when you had nothing, when you had everything. And then up until now. And it was heartbreaking, like, as a woman to see that and like hear some of the things she was saying. And I was like, damn, no, you know what?
Was he gaslighting her like a piece of shit?
Narcissist and gaslighting and being
it's all her fault.
This is, you were not, and rightfully so, if she wasn't giving him, because what man is going to stay around and not have sex? But she said why? Months and months and months and months.
That's fair. Even a woman. There's women out there that
everybody has needs, right? Like everybody has needs. I'm not on him for that, but at the same time, it's like he just could have left. But also, if you're gonna have an affair, like her best friend though,
it could have been anybody but her, dog.
That was probably the part that everyone's like, nigga, like, what the fuck? Like, really?
So he of course he's playing the fucking blame game. You didn't have sex with me for over a year.
Yes.
What did she say? Like, there's a reason.
There was a reason, and she was like, it lacked that intimacy. Like, you weren't.
So it was him. It goes right back to him.
Me. Like, some women like need that quality time and that affection to even like get turned on for their man.
To make
like,
you feel
good. They need to feel good.
Not just bend me over, dog. Foreplay, oral sex.
And that's some of the stuff she was saying. She was like, you can't just come home at 2 a.m. I'm supposed to be like, I want to fuck you. Like, no.
We're supposed to be going out and having life experiences with
together.
Each other. Wow.
So, and then I can understand. But he was going in about Raquel and how they had a special connection.
Man, that pussy just good right now. That's all.
Happened. And, but when it flashed to the scene we all really wanted to see was Tom and Raquel after the fact. So she was like, Tom had went to see Raquel. After everybody knew everything had happened, it blown up. They're the villains. So, she comes to the door and the camera guy's running over because, they're like hugging, like they have this deep embrace. And she's just like, I know we said that we weren't going to do this if it wasn't going to be worth it, but obviously we're worth it. And I was just like, oh my God. And then, he's like, I can't kiss you here. There's my cameras around. And she was like, what's the point now, dude?
Yeah. The cat's out the bag.
Everybody knows now. You might as well just start making out with her.
Are you still keeping it a secret? Besides the fact that how you get them is how you lose them, bitch. That's a whole nother red flag you just showed you. You're only here for the moment, stupid.
Yeah,
you're not special.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So fucking... It shows them, and he accidentally slips up and calls her Ariana's name, and she literally is just like
heartbroken as hell.
But she was like smiling, and she was like weirdly, oddly happy, and she was like, like, and the camera guy during the private interview was like, "How did this happen?" And she's just smiling. Well, and I'm like thinking, like, girl, this is like your best friend. Like, this is your best friend.
I could never.
You're just smiling like, oh, it just happened. We fell in love. Like, what?
With your best friend's
with your
man.
best friend's man. So that shit was just crazy in itself. So after they did that interview, the camera crew cut off and they were like, Raquel had been missing for months. She fell off.
I heard she went to like a psychiatric
facility.
Which good for her because they were dragging her on social media.
They're still dragging her.
They are, there's certain things where I feel bad for this girl. They are slut shaming her. They're dragging her. They're telling this girl to kill herself, and none of that is right.
No, they're doing the most.
But girl,
they're doing the most.
Girl,
you
knew what you
get it.
Emotional damage.
They're doing the most. Like,
you
people cheat
girl,
all the time. Like, can we just?
You thought he was worth this, in my opinion. She's stupid, right? But she ain't that stupid. You knew doing this that these were gonna be the results and the consequences. You thought he was that much worth it. Mm-hmm. You thought he was that worth it.
No, she was sitting there with like a cut on her forehead because one of the girls had pushed her and shit and had punched her in the face from the whole thing. So this girl got attacked. She done go through the ringer with that shit. So
well, hold that thought, cuz we gotta take a break. And we're back. So what else went on in this?
So basically, everyone is just disappointed in the whole thing. Everyone's, against obviously Tom, and Ariana is just like getting all the support from her family and friends and people rallying around her.
Girl, you thought he was. I hope, and I know Ariana said like, "Bitch, I hope this was worth it."
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But you know what? We did find out the reunion's next week, and then we find out that Ariana, like she moved on. Like she
had like
has
Asian
a boyfriend. She's an Asian boyfriend. I was like, all right now.
But I watched something where she's like, I'm taking it very, very, very slow. I said,
slow.
as you should.
As she should.
You should be with someone who desires you and admires you and just is kind to you and loves you.
Yes.
So is this part one or this was it? Because you know how they like to break it up in parts.
No, the reunion is just part one next week. This was just the finale, the season finale.
Oh, so, the reunion hasn't come. This is just the
reunion has not come yet. So this is gonna be so freaking good. Yeah, it's a 4-part. They really are stretching this shit the fuck out.
They stretch it out.
But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be good as fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah, because there's a lot of remind you guys, like there's a lot of like
stuff coming out now, right?
Friendships and stuff that are like, there was a lot of people that got fucked over with this happening, not just like the main girl, not just Ariana, because they were a group of friends. Remember, this girl got into the friend group because one of the other guys was engaged to her. So he was engaged to her
what's his name again?
James Kennedy.
Is he gay?
So no, he's actually very, very straight, and
I don't know. I see the interaction with one of his homeboys, and it was giving down low.
So fucking no, he's straight. But that's his ex-fiance, and Tom helped him throw and get all the stuff together for his engagement proposal.
So there's another Tom people keep talking about. So why is he getting smoked too? He's
just getting smoked because that's his best friend. He knew about it. The other Tom.
Sandoval
and Swartz. Yes. Okay. So Swartz is getting the heat because he just knew about it and he didn't say anything. But it's like, what are you gonna say? You're gonna ride for your friend, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that reminds me of a story where
for your friend.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story where one of my good friends, I have 2 friends and they're dating each other, and one of my friends, so the girl, let's say the girl's name is Tracy, right? So Tracy's best friend saw her boyfriend kissing another woman at the bar, right?
Right.
And then the boyfriend, my friend, gets mad at the guy for telling Tracy this, and I'm like, that's his job. That's his best friend. What the fuck? Right. He was trying to fight this guy.
No.
Yes, because first of all, you're in the super fucking wrong, clearly, because you're mad you got caught. But how are you mad at him for telling her that? That's his job. You can't get mad at shit like that. Like,
no, that's fucking.
And then I asked, I was like, dog, if you see my man out in the bar kissing somebody, I hope you tell me.
Tell me.
This motherfucker's gonna say, nah, yo, I mean, there ain't none of my bitch. Nigga, you are full of shit. You would tell me. It's just you can't say that because then it eliminates your argument.
Oh, yeah.
But for people to give that guy the smoke doesn't make any sense because that's his best friend.
That's his best friend. He's going to have his back.
Like, of course, he's probably telling him in secret, like,
and he did. He said, he was like, yo,
maybe
tell
break
her
up with
this is going to come out really bad. This is about to be a whole thing. Yeah. And, they opened up a bar restaurant together. So they went from 5 stars in the restaurant down to 1. It was, it was Britt, a lot of drama.
I know Steve gets on you about, us sharing what's going on this reality show. But look at the impact this fucking reality show has, that the fact that people are so mad.
I'm telling you,
at this
people
man
are furious.
Yeah, because you know what it is? Furious. Because this has happened to every woman on this damn planet.
Everybody.
You get what I'm saying? We're just projecting because this has happened
so
to
many
everybody.
like cheating within that show and friend groups. So everyone's like, some people are like, all right, y'all are really fucking dragging this shit because like they've all like have been with each other and some scandalous shit has happened. But like people are so invested into this. Like, their restaurant was like failing for a little bit. Like, freaking, he had to come in and make a statement like, please, like, don't take this out on my restaurant and my business partners. It's not their fault.
True.
Like,
no, that's true.
So
that's like when people make a ton, like they're making tons of negative Yelp reviews and shit like that based on this guy's personal life. However, he is showing it to the world.
Right.
So it's like, it's not really personal. Now it's our business. Well, some people feel like it's their business. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm more fascinated at the fact that the impact this has happened. You can't deny this is going down in pop culture history.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right?
No,
you can't
of
deny
course.
that shit.
No, of course. This is going to be talked about. Vanderpump, like somebody said how this had broke reality TV's like freaking ratings. It went above it, surpassed it. Like the people that have been tweeting about it since the finale, everything that the exposure this has gotten is crazy. So Tom definitely feels like the most hated man in America right now. But
everyone loves a villain.
As far as I know, they're still dating. And Ariana finally broke her silence. Everybody has been waiting for this girl to break her silence. And she went and watched What Happens really Live with Andy Cohen. And she literally was just like, you know what? Like, I don't think those two know what love even means if they're together. But you know what? She did mail a letter to my house the other day for Tom. It was just addressed to Tom. I didn't open it. She said I left it right there for Tom. I was just like...
This is Raquel, right? You're talking about?
Yeah, Raquel sent the letter to Tom. Yeah. But Ariana lives there at the house. Oh. So, so God. Ariana's like, okay.
I'm waiting for the Rachel chick.
Raquel, yeah.
Yeah. That bitch named Rachel. I'm waiting for the Rachel girl to be on Watch What Happens Live, and I want to hear if she'll take. I really want to hear if she'll take any accountability. Now, let's say she did, right? Something like this would make me sway her character. She was like, "Listen, I'm alone. I was in a lonely moment or a state, and." I really like him and I always enjoy myself around him. And, I didn't think about anybody else but me and how lonely I was and, kind of envying their relationship. And I wanted that. Like, if she was to say some real shit like that, I think people could
take accountability, could understand a little bit. Like,
they could empathize with her somewhat, you know what I'm saying? But she's probably going to play the whole stupid game of like, it happened. It just happened.
She's standing by their special connection, their bond, their whatever the fuck she thinks that they have, and that they're in love.
Yo, this goes back to that saying. It was like, your man is out there. He's just somebody else. He's just another woman's man. Kind of true.
Oh God, no.
Your man is out there. He's just another woman's man. It's just saying. But yeah.
Please break up fast. Shit.
You know what sucks about this too? I thought about it. I was like, it's one thing for like, let's say, and she's been a guest on the show, our good friend Veronica. And let's say Veronica, my boyfriend cheated on me with Veronica. I would be mortified, devastated, heartbroken, right?
Right.
And I probably talk about it, about the whole situation. Maybe 2 weeks or something like that, trying to get over it. Imagine having to keep reliving it. Like, I feel for the Ariana girl. Because you have to constantly
is a while later to be reliving it. And to talk about what had happened. And
like, after I'm done with it, right? I could stop talking about it for 2 weeks and nobody's going to ask me. Nobody's going to ask for statements. Me go on a show. I can kind of compartmentalize it versus like these people have to keep
attack your social medias and shit like that.
I feel bad for everybody in the situation, especially
everybody involved. I
feel bad because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves because of the trolling on social media, because even though they did
really bad,
even though they were okay with sharing their life with America, with the world, it doesn't give us the right to tell them what the fuck they should be doing. Or
or harassing them.
That doesn't give anybody the right now.
Or to judge even.
We have opinions though, because it's like I said, every girl in this world can empathize with the Ariana girl because there has been a point. Thank God that has not, bitch. I'll kill you. Thank God none of my friends has ever fucked my boyfriends. Like, I could care less if any of my friends wanted to fuck my exes. I could give two shits. I don't like them niggas. Okay? Ain't no beef, but I don't like them niggas. Now, current, woo!
It's happened to me, so. No. Yeah, it has. It has happened to me.
Wait. Wow. This bitch had to take a sip.
I was stupid as shit, too. Stupid as shit. But no, it happened to me. A little bit after graduating high school, I was dating this one guy, and he was just, I don't know. I just thought, of course, I always think these niggas are the best, right? I always think they're the best. He's so great. So anyways, yeah, he ended up, we used to always hang out together, like me, my friends, and him, and sometimes his friends, but mainly him. And we would just throw like little house parties a lot. And you know, we would all hang out, and a couple drunk nights, you know, I'd be like, you know, sometimes you just feel like, you know, people are a little too close, right? Like, we're close.
Was she laughing at jokes way too much and they weren't that funny?
So
like,
hard.
oh my God, you're like, so funny.
Always doing these little side trips together out places.
Girl, what?
And
but this
like,
is high school, so it's,
I didn't think like, well, we don't know. At the time,
you didn't
it was just
know.
like,
you were a kid.
Okay, they ran to McDonald's together, like, but something like that is like,
you better not run to McDonald's with my nigga, bitch. That's all I know.
No, but deadass, like looking back at it now and like being my age now and like seeing like what it was.
You trusted them too.
I trusted them.
At that time. Yeah.
I really did. And I trusted her just because we were friends since like 5th grade. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I found out, and I still never even got the full on confirmation from her, but just from like him. So no, one day we had all been partying like super hard, and I fell asleep with him like in an extra room, and I thought with him, and so it was early morning. I woke up and he wasn't there. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm walking around the whole house. I'm like looking at everybody's rooms. Everyone's in there, and so, you know, I go up to where my friend is supposed to be, and I'm like, yo, have you seen like so and so? You know, the guy I was fucking with, and she's like, not really. And I'm like, so then I like,
so you was already like, suspicious before that, right?
Yes, I was suspicious already. Yeah. And so I went up and I like looked over the edge of the bed, and there he was, like in like between the wall and the edge of the bed. And I was like, oh my God, like what are you doing here? He's like, oh, you know, I just came to say hi to Rachel this morning. And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, come to find out that, you know, they had slept together, which is another reason why. And this could have happened like, yes, this has happened 2 times in my life, which is a little crazy. That was just the first time, but the second.
So what happened after? Were you still dealing with him? Were you still friends with her?
No. And that's when I kind of had to drop her off, because I just couldn't, and everyone will be like, oh, this was forever ago. Like, why are you so angry? And I'm like, it's not that, right? It's not, because I don't give a fuck about either. It's just the fact that how could I be friends again with somebody who did that?
I can't trust you around any dude I'm dating.
Come on.
I can't. I literally can't trust you.
And if I can't trust you, I could have let it go, forgave the whole situation. I didn't give a fuck anymore. But it's the fact that it had happened, and that's just who you are.
Yeah. And like I said, I can't trust you around any dude I'm dealing with, and a big part of who I am and who I deal with is sharing my life with you as a friend. So if I can't even have you around my dude, like I can't even really have you around me, period. Because this is a man I want to marry or have kids with or so on and so forth. Like I can't trust you around that.
And you know, the second one I had really,
because a man's gonna be a man, right? Even though it's totally fucked up, because he owes you.
He's
loyalty.
the one that owes me, right?
Yeah, he owes you loyalty. And so does she, though. That's what makes it. That's what makes it hurt. They both owe you loyalty.
They both owed me loyalty, and it's just crazy how looking back at things when you were like younger and situations that you'd gotten yourself in, like what the fuck? Like,
let me tell you,
what the fuck?
Oh my God,
even.
Oh, I have some stories. Like I remember I was messing.
Doing.
Yeah, because I tolerated a lot of disrespect as a young woman, and my mom didn't teach me
so much
that men should respect me, and watching certain things that I watched growing up, it just seemed like the norm that boys are supposed to be mean to you.
Right.
Like, it's so wild now, in retrospect, I'm older. It's like the things that I used to tolerate so much shit. I've told the story about my first love, my first boyfriend. I was calling him. He kept dubbing it, and they answered it by an accent. And I'm overhearing the conversation with him and another girl talking about me. And I still stay with his raggedy ass. Like, oh my God. I remember one time I was with a guy and I thought I loved him too. And a girl knocked on his door and he was like, go in the room, hide. And I hid.
No.
I was 19 at the time, but I fucking hid. And then when I came out, I was in tears, sobbing. And he went right back to sleep. Yes, bitch. No explanation who that was. And at my age, I'm like, why didn't I ask him, like, who was that? Why did I hide? Why didn't I just be like, no, fuck that. I'm here now. Like, this person gonna have to see me, whoever
it is. Wow.
Yeah. Stupid bitch.
I've done some stupid shit too.
So you said the second time it happened to you?
Bitch. Second time.
See, no, we've been some dumb bitches in the past, okay?
Second time. Another thing, a really good friend from high school. But you know what? Now that I think back on it, she was definitely one of those secret hater friends. Because she did always frequently put me down and be like, Brittany, you're doing this. You're doing that. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Wanted to hang around.
But meanwhile, all the time. Every day. But meanwhile, she was just a hating ass bitch. Is really what it was.
Jealous.
Very jealous. And yeah, it was one of my guys that I was like really into at the time. It was my first black guy. I've spoken about that.
If you don't know, Brittany's first boyfriend was what, Filipino?
Filipino, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when she got this black man, it was over for you.
It was serious.
She was serious. She ain't been back since. She ain't been back since.
Haven't crossed back over. But yeah, so it was serious. And she used to hang out with us all the time, and it used to be us three. I find that's a lot of what happens too when you're hanging out with like your boyfriend and then like your best friend a lot. Like it's just you three, and you guys are like, and she just used to be so like sour about us and everything else. So I just happened to go away on vacation. I'd come back, and he was straight up. He was like,
kudos to him
I fucked so and so, just so you know. I was like, what? Like, what? So I just. It's just wild because it's like this bitch just couldn't fucking wait. Could not fucking wait. But she had been like this whole time how he's not good for me and this and that and this and that. I'm like, because you just wanted him, right?
Oh my God.
You just wanted him. So
and but before you say that,
and a friend.
Even in Vanderpump Rules, circling back to that, it's rare. Of course, it's rare to have huge friend groups like that.
Right.
It's rare.
Yeah.
And it's rare that you guys all work together. Mm-hmm. And it's rare that you guys spend as much time as those people do.
Right.
So that's why it's like.
Well, both of these situations, I was hanging out with these girls like every single day.
Right. With your
man,
were like,
too. Yes. Yeah. They were like my.
But you know how normally you get in a relationship and everybody branches out. Like they branch off and they kind of make it exclusive by the person that they're with. But hold that thought, cuz. We gotta take a break. And we're back. But as I was saying, it's rare that you'll have a large group of friends like that, working together,
right?
And then interdating. Something like that was bound to happen, though.
That one of them
would do
talking to each other.
Like yeah. It's unfortunate. It's whack. It's not right, but because, like I said, normally, let's say you have a large group of friends and you're interdating. Most of the time, y'all branch off and do your own thing. You don't stay and date within the group still. Does that make sense? Like
I go what you're
pairs
saying.
and pairs and
I've had situations where I'd bring in the boyfriend and then my friends would date, their friends, and then, everybody's like,
you were
whatever.
a lot younger.
But a lot younger, way younger.
Nowadays, even in their age group, they're older than us or in our age group.
Right.
People have kids and husbands. So that's rare. But, I found this clip and I found this clip so long ago and I've been meaning to like bring it to you and I kept forgetting. But if you guys didn't know, Brittany's an esthetician, licensed esthetician. She does the brows, she does the makeup, she does the lashes, everything you need. And this clip made me think, and you gotta watch. So listeners, if you're listening, if you have a chance, head over to YouTube so you can watch the clip with us. So Producer Bay, can you play that clip?
Makeup. I'm against makeup. I don't think it's good for women, and I don't think they really need to be using it, honestly. I think it takes away.
Faces.
That's awesome.
I mean,
who are you?
I think it takes away from a woman's natural beauty, and also it is so bad for you. Like, you think about how skin absorbs things. When you read the ingredients on a foundation bottle, what is in it? You can't even pronounce it. It's a bunch of crap that you're putting on your face. And that is in turn making your skin worse. So you have to keep buying more foundation to cover up what it's creating. I don't like makeup.
Okay, that's it. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, mind you, listeners and viewers, this bitch has a full face of fucking makeup on. Like, she can't deny that she's wearing some fucking makeup. You can clearly see it
on her. Does she? You think she really?
I think she looks like she has makeup on. The funniest, I love that clip because the girls around her are thinking the same thing. Like, bitch,
they were looking at her like, shut the fuck up. She does not look like she has makeup on.
She looks like she has makeup on.
She looks like she has like very good skin. I will.
Man, that bitch got a CC cream on.
I will give it to her. She
got something on. It clearly, girl.
No, honestly, she does look like she has a bare face, but she did have some points. There are a lot of chemicals in makeup, which is why certain brands are not supposed to be great for you. But is that really going to stop us from wearing makeup, guys? Right? Like, come on. Is it going to stop us from wearing makeup?
Now, she was speaking some facts, like, but that goes for everything.
Couple points
that goes for hair products. That goes for skin lotions and things we
And then a lot of people just don't take care of their skin either. It
has nothing to do with makeup.
Outside
of
you're
makeup.
caking it and then not taking care of your skin underneath, that's a different story. But the way she kind of portrayed it was just like,
I feel like she was pandering to the men in the room. To me, she was giving very misogynistic energy. Like, I want these guys to like think I'm like a different kind of girl.
A lot of men don't like a whole lot of makeup, which is like,
fuck what
I
they
always
think.
tell them whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of what I like.
Fuck what they think.
In a way, I do feel like it's tastefully
They say that, girl. Men say that. And I'm talking even, just off of Instagram, elite men, right? Athletes and actors and rappers, right? They say that shit. And what do you see their baby mamas and girlfriends looking like? Full beats, nigga.
Full of makeup.
And on top of that, filler in their face, like bust down. Lace front bust downs like crazy. Like, I like a natural woman, but your baby mama and your girlfriend looks like that.
Yeah.
It's always such bullshit.
Yeah.
Such bullshit. I feel like
agree.
To me, I was just more I love this clip because the girls are thinking the same thing I was thinking. Like, girl, you don't shut the fuck up.
Like, come
you
on.
don't shut your ass up, bitch. You clearly got some mascara on or some shit. That's makeup. Shut your fucking ass up.
There are a lot of brands that kind of target women like this and who will make, the all natural, quote unquote, like shit, but she's got a little bit of a point.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, there's nothing we didn't know already about the chemicals in makeup.
Right.
But like I said, if you notice, all the girls were like I said, shut the fuck up. And then the guys in the room were like, who are you? I need to know what kind of woman you are. You're amazing.
Because I think men are like, okay, these women like to just cake their faces on and look different. And then I get them home and then they wash off their face and then they don't even look
that
the
whole
like,
misogynistic, insulting phrase, take her swimming on the first date. Like, If they don't shut the fuck up,
Crazy.
come on. Because like I said, elite men be dating these women. When was it? Brittany, seriously, as a makeup artist,
Did you
esthetician.
see though that one girl on TikTok though who was really old? She had like she had some sort of disease, I feel, and she doesn't have any teeth.
Oh,
she never teeth, and
so,
her skin was really bad, and she just literally
She's a TikTok. So what happened to her? I can't. So listen, she's a TikToker. I don't remember her TikTok name. It's like Glitter Princess something, and she looks like a meth head, like an old lady, and then she'll snap and then look fucking phenomenal. Well, what happened to her is that she got
20-something-year-old woman.
She said during her pregnancy she lost all her teeth.
My God,
that's a real. I didn't know that was a real thing.
I lost one with Jaden. One way in the back with Jaden, I lost a tooth, and that was just because I was so
sick,
so sick. I had no nutrients. It was bad. So lost a tooth.
So yes, the power of makeup, the magic of makeup. Yeah, like, but I'm saying, Brittany, as even myself, like, when was the last time you seen cake face?
It's been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute. Although we do have a lot of women have these fucking 10, 20 steps, fucking striped up concealer, bronzer, fucking all the shit. Like we never did this shit when I was in makeup in the field, and I'm like, thank God, because I could never be sitting up there.
You know how much time that takes?
Striping somebody's fucking face forever. Like,
how long does a face? Let's say a basic natural look. How long does a face take?
Like a basic natural look without swiping all that shit back in the day was around 30 minutes. Like that was like standard at the makeup counters. That was standard at the makeup counters. You need to have somebody out 30, 45 minutes.
Girl, it's over an hour now, I read. Like to get, like, you want glam, right? You can get natural glam, but you want glam, lashes.
Full on glam. Like when I think hour-long appointments, I think Halloween. I think Halloween where we're going to be doing some fucking crazy shit. Like other
special
than
effects
that,
makeup.
yes. Like other than that, like in and out, fucking 30, 45 minutes. Eyes first, foundation next is bing bang. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just, makeup has definitely changed throughout the years.
It always does.
It's always changing. It's always
and it goes
always
back.
different things are trending. Then it'll come back and forth. But it's just,
even with the Y2K with the glitter now, everyone wants the glitter eyes.
I feel like a lot of the makeup has been a lot better these days. Like where it hasn't had that cakey look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've come far from that.
I've never really been into cake face. Were you into cake face when it was popping? And that was like 2016, remember? You know,
and you know what's crazy? I just started liking full coverage foundation.
Me too.
Like I used to started liking full coverage.
Do Bare Minerals, and it was literally like the most sheerest. Yeah, the sheerest. And I worked at their makeup counter.
I loved them.
They're actually, if you're looking for like a good, ladies,
they're great.
If you're looking for like a good, more natural look, natural product, foundation makeup,
now I'm about
Bare
to buy
Minerals.
one when
I know. I just thought about it, but I like liquid. So
I do. I've come to really like some liquid. I've been using lately. Here we go. Now it's a beauty story. I've been using lately fucking Kat Von D, and you know it's her new foundation, and I actually really like it. So, and it's full coverage. So mattifying, perfect for summertime. It's about to get hot as fuck. So make sure you're not shiny and makeup falling all over the place.
Melting.
You know, and she is that girl did have a point with makeup seeping into your skin. That is why you should have primers. It does help.
Yes, it's a barrier.
It does help that happening from like a little bit, but you know, she had some good points.
She had some good points, but then it was just like, girl, some people wear it because they have hyperpigmentation and they just want to feel good. Like, I don't like when women, not saying her in particular, but there is women out there that shame women for wearing makeup. And it's like, girl, if you know, that woman might have cancer or alopecia or, you know, she just wants to feel good. Like, I feel like whatever makeup is somebody does, right? Not to hide, as I learned in cosmetology school. I know you learned that when you were an esthetician, but it's at this point you can hide too, and what's wrong with that? Like, y'all need to get over that shit. But anyway, speaking of makeup, I wanted to talk about these Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken, Wyoming sorority. Can you play the clip?
When college students join sororities, many of them do it for the sisterhood, for a place to belong. for lifelong friendships. They don't do it in hopes that a man will invade their personal space, staring at them silently, creeping them out. But that's exactly what happened at the Kappa Kappa Gamma House at the University of Wyoming, according to a new lawsuit. 6 sorority sisters say they were forced by the national chapter to allow a man, Artemis Langford, into their women-only organization because Langford says he's transgender. Now, what comes with being inducted into this sorority is unfettered access to the house, where about 40 college girls live. Now, a house where men, even fathers and boyfriends, are banned from being on the 2nd or 3rd floors because that's where the bedrooms and the communal bathrooms are. But Langford had access to all of it. According to the lawsuit, several times Langford had chosen to sit for hours on the couch in the 2nd floor common area. Langford stares at women walking past. One sorority member walked down the hall to take a shower wearing only a towel. She felt an unsettling presence, turned, and saw Langford watching her silently. The suit also alleges that he has watched members enter the house and sometimes had an erection visible through his leggings. Other times he had a pillow in his lap. Joining me now exclusively
all right, you can cut off.
Are 3 of the sorority sisters.
Girl,
Shut up.
let me get your opinion. What you think? What you thinking?
Are these the girls?
Yeah, these are the women. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I don't know. I'm thinking so many things right now. Like,
No, okay, I'll say
thinking
this.
so many
Whatever
things
you
right now.
say here at the MinorityPlus1 Podcast, we are pro LGBTQ+, okay? So everything we say, no hate, no malicious intent.
well, it's like she likes girls though. So it's like,
But there is trans women who were once men that are still, you know who's a good example? Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner was once a man, as y'all know. He only dates women, but he is now a woman. So that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
See, I feel like whatever we say is going to sound transphobic, but I feel like women, it's okay for women to have a safe space. And it feels like when you speak on this, and these girls are getting so much backlash because of this lawsuit to try to kick this young lady out, it's like they just want a safe space. I don't want to see any penis, you know what I'm saying, that ain't mine. You know, when I'm getting out the shower or I'm in a house where I know this is predominantly
maybe
women.
It wouldn't be a problem if she wasn't making them feel uncomfortable. Like, why are you up there just way the way the ladies made it sound is like she was just sitting up there like freaking chilling, watching girls go in and out the bathroom.
That I don't know because it's a lawsuit, so they're gonna add some sauce on there, some seasoning. So we don't know if she was gawking and doing what they said, but they did. But for sure, they did see she was aroused. And she would be, man, that would make anybody uncomfortable, dog. Like, it would make, even if, it's unwanted attention, they would make anybody uncomfortable. Now, the question is, it's like, because she's not a woman, she can't be, no, bro. Like, my question is, would it be easier to accept if she looked more feminine and didn't have a penis? I think it would be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would
probably.
be. Because literally.
And maybe if she wasn't so weird.
Yeah. And literally, respectfully, this girl looks like a dude that slapped some lip gloss.
Are going through a lot of hormones and things like that. So maybe there were other reasons why she was turned on. I don't know. Yeah. But I think the fact that everybody is a little bit uneasy about it. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on this.
Me too. It's like I'm 50-50 because I'm all about inclusion. About it.
Yes.
But when I'm not okay with trans women dominating women's sports. Right. Biologically, they have bone density and they're just stronger biologically, no matter how many hormones, or they got an SRS, respectfully. There should be, I say all the time, why there can't just be a lane for you guys? You know what I mean? Again, I feel like eradicating women all over again. Why there can't just be a own lane for you guys? No one hates you. No one hates you guys. We just still want a safe space for women. What's wrong with a woman saying she's uncomfortable with a penis around? Like, right? Like, am I wrong? Like, what's wrong with saying that? I feel uncomfortable that this person gets aroused every time I walk by.
Right.
What's wrong with that? Are you gonna burn these bitches to the stake or something for it? Like, damn.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
I'm surprised this even went through that this transgender person was accepted into a sorority. I'm actually shocked. No, see, you know how sororities and shit like and
she
fraternities
did look
are.
like she had.
She looked like, respectly, y'all, she looked like a man with a beanie and lip gloss.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's it. like that's what they're saying. They're like, he's full of shit. He's not really trans. He just wants to be a pervert. Look at this. Look. He looked like he threw some lip gloss on.
Horrible. I feel bad laughing, but
just saying.
Like, shit. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Come on. I don't know because I don't. Shit.
I know, because it's a touchy subject.
Controversial shit.
This is controversial and it's a touchy subject, but we're two, born women that feel like this is wrong. I feel like they're right. There could be a space for trans women. There is a space.
I wouldn't want.
They're always trying to infiltrate women's.
I know.
Everything.
Yeah, no, I know that. But it's like, I wouldn't want some woman. I wouldn't want her staring at me like that either. I wouldn't.
And I'm sure, and I hope that these ladies were like, listen, you make us uncomfortable. Can you not? Can you not be here? Can you not?
Right.
And then she probably took it as, this is trans hate and all this other stuff. And it's like, no, it's just simple. I'm serious. Trans heat. And it's like, nah, like, this is just simple human uncomfortability. Like comfortability. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's a bit much. I hate saying it though, but
you can say it, girl.
I hate saying it though, but yeah, no, I feel like maybe she crossed the line a little bit.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. It's like
you should just be laying low a little bit, like kind of like
say it out the way. Only going on the first floor,
like chilling and shit, like warming up to everybody.
And I hope they're not lying too. Right, that's what my fear is. Like, maybe this young lady really is truly trans. And hold that thought, cause we gotta take a break. And we're back. But like I was saying, I hope this young lady is really truly going through the transition to really be a woman. And I know going through all the hormones and the heartache and the mental health, and hopefully these bitches ain't lying and saying, her just being down the hall is making them uncomfortable. I hope that what they're saying is true. But
it's true. And
speaking of nasty behavior, let's get into Nasty Notice. Hey, so Nasty Notice, every week I expose a predator or a pedophile, and last week we exposed Stephen Collins, the pastor father from Seventh Heaven. But anyway, so as we were talking about him, Brittany actually made a suggestion to talk about Diddy, and I was like, oh shit, you're right. So I've been doing my little research, and I know you wanted to chime in because you learned some shit too. So Diddy, right? So it's just like Birdman. It's always been a hot topic about his sexuality, right?
Right.
Totally fine. No one, listen, like I said with Birdman, no one gives a fuck.
Right.
That they could possibly be
gay.
The thing we care about is them grooming young men and women or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I did my little research on Diddy, and obviously this is all allegedly. But that at a tender young age, Usher, my sweet Usher, at 10 years old, was sleeping in the bed with Puffy. Mm-hmm. So, producer Bay, can you play that clip?
Diddy let it slip that he and Usher used to sleep in the same bed when Diddy was 19,
now,
which means Usher was just 10 years old.
Listeners, watch this on our YouTube. Usher looks very uncomfortable.
Used to wake up and, pause, but like just I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say?
Speaking of Kevin Hart,
Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live.
Diddy let it slip.
Oh my God. All right, that's it. But clearly, right, Britt, as you're seeing it, Usher looks bad uncomfortable. Like,
yes.
Bro, like, why would you?
Yes, thank God he has sunglasses on. He's like naked.
Oh my God. And so here's another allegation.
And wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Not the, like, you would think it'd be
wrestle
like,
over the Frosted Flakes. It's crazy.
Not the Frosted Flakes.
Like, what you talking
You think it'd be
about,
Fruit
nigga?
Loops? Like, why you wrestling Diddy? You're like a multi-millionaire, nigga. What you wrestling this kid for? He was 10 years old at this time. Diddy said he was 19. Usher was 10. Now, if Puff said it was a 10-year-old girl, we'd be looking at this shit way different.
Right?
Nobody's
R. Kelly,
seeming to, no one's like seeming to connect that. It's like, no, like, how the fuck do you get away with this? So another allegation I wanted to bring up was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know, Jamie Foxx was hospitalized, and as the EMT, this is all alleged, as the EMT came to get him, he said, somebody's trying to kill me. That was the last thing he said. So allegedly, it was Diddy. And because a clip had resurfaced from about 3 years ago of Jamie Foxx speaking about Diddy's parties and stuff, and saying that a 15-year-old Nick Cannon was on the couch staying with Puff. Right.
Yo, I believe it.
I believe it, man.
I'm sorry, yo. I believe it.
And it's just, come on, 10-year-old in the bed. Why do you have all these young boys around? And you're exposing them to, even Usher in interviews had said that, you know, Puff had exposed him to a lot of stuff.
Right.
Like drugs and women at a really, really young age. Like,
right.
It was called like Puffy Camp or some weird shit because when Usher was signed, like L.A. Reid or somebody like that had told him to go to Puff's house for like some weird camp or it was like some real Jesus juice shit, like as a Michael Jackson stuff, right? But hell no! Again, I say the same thing. I could care less if this man is gay.
Right. That's not what it's about.
It's not about that. It's about grooming young children. That's what it's really about. And how no one gives a fuck about these kids, like I've been saying. Like, I would never let my 10-year-old son.
He did the same thing with Justin Bieber, so I'm surprised you didn't have the Justin Bieber clip.
So I was gonna get into that. So abuse gives abuse, right? So that was another allegation that Usher groomed Justin Bieber, and also Puffy also groomed Justin Bieber, right? Together,
yes,
that's another allegation.
It was together. So yeah, I mean. Maybe this is part of some sort of weird initiation shit. I don't know what the fuck they be doing in the music industry. You already know how I feel.
The naughty, Illuminati.
You know how I feel, girl.
We've talked about this before, Britt. When I said that I think a man of certain power, status, right? You know, has so much, even let's get the power and status out. A man that has so much sex with so many different women, right? All the time, different women, all the time. Not regular sex ain't gonna do it for you no more.
Right.
It ain't. You start getting into the weird stuff, and then you're experimenting. And I don't give a fuck if you're gay. I give a fuck if you're a pedophile.
Right.
That's what the fuck
That's
I give
the biggest
about.
thing.
But with that being said, Puffy, you on nasty notice. And in the words of the great Anton Dotson, say it with me, Britt. Hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your husband. Because they're raping everybody out here. He did say husband. He definitely said husband. Because he was covering all bases. That's what I'm saying.
You got to these days. Shit.
You know? Don't sleep on Anton Dotson. He was covering all these bases.
I wonder where that nigga at today.
I told you. He's married. He's married with like 3 kids.
I'm surprised.
Girl.
Damn, don't
assume. You thought that nigga was gay, didn't you?
Look at that.
We all did. Listen, I'm about to do a life update. Next episode, I'm going to do a little bit more info and give y'all a life update on my nigga Anton Johnson because he wasn't lying. He's been speaking facts even back then. But, you know, like I said, like, yeah, you on Nessie Nose, Puff. You on Nessie. I believe all that shit. And let's say it's bullshit, right? Because what I'm speaking is all alleged. That clip, y'all don't find that to be bizarre?
That was weird as fuck.
A 10-year-old sleeping in bed with a 19-year-old? No?
We're definitely surviving Diddy series if this shit gets out. Like,
I think so too. There's already been like surviving Diddy on the music spectrum, like him robbing people for their masters and shit. But watch when this shit comes out. No shock there. But if you like this episode, make sure you like this episode on YouTube. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. If you're having a hard time finding our YouTube, like I said, just Google MinorityPlus1. It'll pop up right there on all streaming platforms. Also, it's in all our bios on Instagram MinorityPlus1. And make sure you like, share, follow, and subscribe. Britt.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know why y'all keep making me.
You ain't gotta do shit.
Understood, because it's under there now. I just feel like it speaks for itself now. Right, so it's just underneath. It's all up there.
Any final words?
Anything you need? No, you know, it's a good episode. Definitely comment. Let us know what you guys think, so we can read and hear everybody's thoughts and anything else anybody wants to talk about or bring up. Any good topics? Like, we'd love to research and talk about it for y'all. So
yeah. But again, make sure you follow, subscribe, and like, download. We are streaming on all platforms. Like I said, if you want to hear Dirty Britt.
What?
Yeah, you know. If you want to hear Dirty Britt, we have a whole back catalog. None of it is video. It's all audio. But it's all on everywhere you stream your podcast. So we'll do it for Steve. We'll do it for the one time for Steve. You should do it, actually, because you know how...
I wasn't that bad back then. Shut up.
Girl, you was like, yeah, like, all right, I'm like, gargle it. Anyway,
typical Sam. Okay. All right.
You want to do it together?
Sure.
In honor of Steve?
Sure.
All right. In wrapping up.
I hate this.
Bitch, put your finger up. This is Sam Crystal.
It's Pretty Bitch.
And as always, please stereotype responsibly. And we'll be back next week, Minority Mondays, for you and you. Peace, y'all.
Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the MinorityPlus1 Podcast. If you want to be a part of the crew, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, tell your friends. We are available on all streaming platforms, so you never have to miss out. As always, please stereotype responsibly. We love you. We appreciate you. Peace, y'all. Cheers.